Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the coupling base, which the units is in English. So immediately I'm going to pick on my part drawing. I am going to this time start this on the base. I'm going to draw this because this is from the top view, so this is looking down. I'm going to just pick that surface to start. Using the arrow keys up here, I'm going to rotate and I'm going to start laying out the two circles. So the outside has a radius of 1, which means the diameter is 2. So those two circles are concentric, so make sure that you draw those sharing the same center point. So that's the first set of circles. The other set I'm going to put over here on the origin, and they all share the same center, so I'm going to locate those. And then I'm going to place a dimension locating the center to center. So this dimension was given to us in the book as 2.5 inches, and that brings those two together. So I've located both of those. And the I don't have a dimension specifying this in the Y direction, and I know it's on the center line, so that's why those are not turning purple, and I can't get those to move over. I mean, I would have to actually select these two circles and move them up. Oh, come on. And get them out of place, and then go back and dimension this to the origin with a vertical dimension and put 0 in order to make those turn black. So that's why usually if I see that happen and I know I'm drawing on the axis, I really don't worry about that. So just want to show you what happens there if the lines are not turning black after you've drawn it. So I'm going to just finish by connecting all of these quadrants to each other. So these are points that should automatically snap. You can also hit the enter button or the space bar to repeat the last command. Then you want to trim away the parts that you don't need, so make sure you go in there and trim away any of that extra, because we just want to have that kind of that little long cylinder shape, the slot. And now we're going to draw the little line right here to get this cut. So I'm going to draw a line here, and I'm going to draw another line here, and I'm going to dimension this, and that's going to be 1.25, and I want to make sure that this is located in the center. So this dimension right here would be in parentheses 2.5 minus 1.25, close the parentheses, divide that by 2, and that would calculate that spacing to be in the center. So I'm going to trim this, get that done there, finish this sketch, and I want to extrude that profile up 0.5. Alright, and so that finishes that right there. Now I'm going to flip this around and create the rest of this on this surface here. So what I'm going to look to do here is to create a circle, and I'm just going to kind of stick this out here. The outside has a radius of 0.625, so 0.625 times 2, that's 1.25, and make sure that that is like centered here. That should be half of 2.5, which is 1.25, and then a horizontal distance 1 inch from the center of the circle there. So that locates that there. And I'm going to just draw a line now from the quadrant of the circle perpendicular to that line, project it down perpendicular there and back up, and then I'm going to use my trim command to get rid of the rest of that there, draw another circle on the inside that has a diameter of 0.5, and finish that sketch. So I'm going to extrude this, making sure I pick that profile and make sure that goes back towards the part 1/2 inch, and there we go. So that's the end of the coupling base. Make sure you save that as an IPT file and upload that to your project.